Welcome to A Song of Ice and Fire Symposium. My name is Nav, and my pronouns are they, them.
And my name's Harmit, and my pronouns are Hershey, like the chocolate.
And this is A Storm of Swords, chapters 32 and 33, Tyrion and Samwell. In these chapters, Tyrion takes a walk through the city, meets with a singer, and looks at some swords. Samwell is depressed, and then everything goes to hell, and then he's even more depressed.
Yay!
I don't know. Why does all of our things just end with yay? Like a week. Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, everyone. I'm just gonna, fair warning, I don't know, I'm really annoyed today. Everything irks me. I hate everything. Everything hates me. So that's the vibe I'm bringing into this podcast, and I'm sorry about it, but you know who I hate? All the people who died. Who's all the people that died, Harmit?
Okay. So, in Tyrion's chapter, we didn't really have any deaths. We had some captures.
Didn't we?
Wait, give me... Tyrion's chapter? We didn't have deaths.
Simon Silvertongue.
Yeah, but like... He ain't dead yet.
He's basically dead.
He ain't dead yet. That doesn't count. So, he ain't dead. I don't think there was any other deaths as far as I remember. I mean, Kevin's son was, like, captured, but, like, that ain't a death.
Well, Kevin found out about his other son dying. I think the one killed by Karstark.
Yeah, sad. And then in Samwell's chapter, who didn't die is probably a quicker question to answer. So, who did die? I mean, Mormont, Craster, one of Craster's wives, at least.
And a bunch of the Night's Watch, the wounded, the ones who fought, just everybody's dead.
Horses. Yeah, there was a lot of deaths. We're getting back into the death scene, unfortunately. We had a few weeks of a dry spell, but we're back.
At least it feels a bit normal. I don't know. What are we doing? Oh, yes. Summarize, please,
no.
will ya?
No, I won't.
Okay, then I'll do it. Tyrion, he goes down to King's Landing, and he's assessing all the damage, and it's bad, and he goes to see a singer who's threatening him, so he's like, I'm gonna kill you, and then he goes sees his dad, and there's swords, and they're cool, and he gets lectured, and then he has to find money. The end.
That was like 20 seconds.
'Cause I'm good at this. Unlike someone.
Okay.
Why don't you do the other one?
I don't like this little targeting.
I'm sorry. Everything's gonna be targeted today. Usually, like, I'm bothering you out of fun, but today I'm just malicious. I just want to, like, make you cry. No, I don't. I don't actually, but
Jeez.
a little bit.
Okay, I'll try. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. So Samwell, they're at Craster's Keep. Craster's terrible. What's new? They have to leave. His grandson / son is born. He's gonna sacrifice. And then they fight breaks out because he's hiding his food stash. And then Mormont gets killed. Everyone dies. And now Samwell has to take Gilly, not Ginny, has to take Gilly, supposedly, and her son, supposedly, to somewhere warm and safe. Yeah. Oh my god, low-key I did that! Wait, were you counting time?
Yeah, I think that was, under 30 seconds or 30
oh
seconds.
My god.
Around there.
Okay, I killed it, wow.
It was because my genius rubbed off on you.
Right, okay. It's because I think the pressure really helped. I was like, I don't want to get insulted, and then I did a better job.
Oh, wow. Okay, I guess we know what motivates you.
Yes. I am socially motivated in every aspect.
Tyrion.
Yes.
is noticing how people have built houses and people are living in the shadow of the city walls already. But he's like, oh my god, we just had to burn them out. Like, why are they back? But whatever. He's like, okay, just as long as they don't like lean their stuff against the walls and make it easy for enemies to climb over top. And he's just looking around, seeing what needs to be rebuilt, a lot of stuff. And he's thinking about how Kevin was supposed to be in charge of all this, but he's grief-stricken ever since he heard about his son's death at River Run, and how his other son is also captured by Robb, and then his other son, Lancel, is still injured. So Kevin is a little sad, which is fair. This is the first time where somebody's like, oh, you actually have something to grieve for. Okay, we'll give you a moment, instead of just being like, get back to work. Yeah. And Tyrion's mad at his dad. Not mad, but he's just like generally like, you won't give me Castle Rock, but you'll make me do all the work. Yeah. I don't know why he's Santa Claus, but
oh my god. So he's like, this is a really important harbor. Like, we need to open this up quick. We need to show them who's boss. However, this is going to be so many golden dragons, and we do not have this money, and I hate Littlefinger. I feel like Tyrion in this chapter is a little bit like you right now. He's like, I hate Littlefinger. I hate my dad. He's a little...
I hate this singer. I hate the city.
Yeah, he's a little upset.
I hate it all.
And then, yeah, he's like, ugh, everything sucks. And his marriage is a daily agony.
You missed the part about the 3 whores that are still there.
Yes, they are still there.
And he's like, oh, we should post some guards there so kids don't fall off and break their necks. And then one of the kids throws some shit at him, and he's like, you know what? Let them. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, it's fine. Usually I wouldn't be for it, but like right now I'm just like, screw them all.
This is a parallel. But yeah, he's like, as he describes it, he's like, he was in a black mood. And he's like, his marriage is a daily agony. And he's like, oh, like, everyone knows about how me and Sansa haven't fucked yet. And like, I'd risked my skin for her. And either she told one of Cersei's little birds, or Varys found out. Whatever, I hate everything.
Do you think she told somebody?
I don't think she told somebody. I think it was a combination of, like, they probably just, like, I feel like part of it was, like, assumption, because, like, these people don't do anything for themselves, so, like, their sheets and stuff, like, her clothes.
Or it could just be, like, somebody started a random rumor, and then it just turned out to be true.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Because, yeah, I feel like people would definitely say that about Tyrion, so... Definitely, or could be a Varys thing, but I just feel like it's kind of insignificant. It could kind of be anything. But yeah, he's like, ugh, Sansa hates me, and she can't bear to look at me, but like, I want her, I want a wife, I want all these happy vibes, but it's another thing I'll never be able to achieve. And then he's thinking back to when he told Shay, because he was like, I want to be the first one to tell her. And he had, like...
told Shay that he was marrying Sansa, to clarify.
Yeah. And then he'd, like, brought her to Varys' room again or whatever, and then he was like, okay, like, I need to tell you, like, tomorrow I'm gonna be married, and she's like, yeah, I know, to Sansa. I heard the rumors, dude. Like, we're fine.
Yeah, everybody's talking.
Yeah. He's like, you're gonna come back to me, like, she'll get pregnant, but, like, it's fine. I literally don't care. And he's like, ugh. How could you not care?
I wish you cared.
Yeah, he's like, ugh, I should have known you wouldn't care, but you should care. And it's like, more moodiness. It's a whole thing. There's a bunch of inflation, and he's like, whoa, I can't believe how much things cost now. Whoa. And then he's like, even with, like, the Tyrells bringing in a bunch of food, like, it's not really doing much, because that's kind of, like, the only supply going on.
Yeah. And then he... pulls up to this shady-looking wine sink, I don't know.
Wine sink.
Bar, basically. And he's thinking about how he's going to offer this singer 30 golden dragons, and that's basically a fortune. But at the same time, he just said that, like, 1 pig or something costs a dragon, so that's, like, really not that much money, if that's...
I think it because he said a bloody fortune for a man like him. So the more important part is like, someone as lowly as him. Like he even like
Right. I did like find it a bit like hypocritical. I don't know if it's hypocritical but just like things are so expensive these days. But this guy doesn't need those things.
Yeah. I think it's kind of because like,
I don't know.
The worth of the thing is still the same in his mind, even though the prices are going up. Like the worth of items, like like when you look back to like, oh, when I was 10, like I could buy a candy for like 50 cents, and then even though the price of candy is
what are you 60?
But like even though the price of candy is like now $5, in your mind, its worth is still 50 cents. So I think it's like.
But he never ends up mentioning just how much he's willing to give this singer. He's thinking about it himself constantly, but he never tells the singer. So maybe the singer would have been happy with the 30 dragons. We don't know. But he has other plans in mind where he wants to be a performer at Joffrey's wedding in order to keep his secret about Shay. And he's concocted this song, like, hands of gold are always cold, but the woman's hands are warm, and just all about how he would sneak out to see Shay and all of that stuff. And he's like, well, if I don't get to perform at Joffrey's wedding, maybe the hand and the queen will hear about it, or stuff like that.
What's Shay's fake name again? Like, he shouldn't even know that her name's Shay, right?
I don't think there is a fake name. No, like, even when she worked as a handmaid or is currently working as a handmaid for Lawless, they just call her Shay, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not like anybody knows her name.
Okay, I don't know why I thought there was a fake name. Okay, and then, like, where did, like, I know, like, the singer and Shay, like, obviously still converse, but, like, where did we first meet the singer dude again?
So when Shay used to live in that manse.
Oh, and then he was...
she used to have him come and perform, and even then Tyrion was like, "Oh, this is risky," but he let it go.
Right.
But now this kid's like threatening him, so
yes,
that can't stand anymore.
Yes.
And Tyrion's like, "Well, maybe you should do a tour of the free cities. I'm sure they would love to hear your dulcet tones." Or something, I don't know. And he's like, "And I'll pay for your passage and everything." But the dude's adamant. He's like, "I will sing at that wedding or you will be in trouble."
Oh my god.
And Tyrion's like, "You know what? Yeah, let me figure it out." And we hear a little bit about like the wedding preparations and how, like what kind of performances and like 7 kingdoms, 7 vows, 7 challenges, 77 dishes. Like, who can eat 77 dishes?
I don't even know.
And the singer has like the gall to be like, "Oh, maybe you can just kill one of the currently slated performers and it would be all cool."
Oh my god.
Or maybe he can fall ill or something.
Ugh.
And Tyrion's like, "Oh yeah, I'll totally look into that and I'll get Bronn to come grab you and it'll be all good."
Oh my god. And Bronn's like, "Okay, so when do I take him to Duskendale? What's going on?" And he's like, "Don't do that. We're gonna give him 3 days. Then we're gonna go lie to him and be like, oh, this other singer broke his arm, so let's go get you some new clothes for the wedding." And then, kill him off.
Yeah, and then put him in a bowl of brown.
Yeah.
As an ingredient.
Yeah. That was really disturbing.
It was. I don't know what, like, method of killing they'll use. I hope it's just quick and, like, swift. Honestly, I would rather somebody be killed outright than be tortured. I don't know. How do you feel about this choice of Tyrion's?
I don't know. It's a little, like...
morally questionable, for sure. You don't have to...
like, yeah, but also, like, by the time we get to the end of the like, I get that, like, we can't trust him. However, can't we just, like, I don't know. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm kind of like, he's got to do what he's got to do, like, to keep his secret.
Yeah, I don't really begrudge him this because he has had, like, he spared Pycelle, and now that's kind of come to bite him in the ass because Pycelle is all, like, high and mighty, you know?
Yep.
And he's like, oh, I should have killed Janos
Oh my
Slint. And
God.
instead he's being like recommended as the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch and stuff.
Yeah.
So
It's a weird, like, I don't want Tyrion to become a murderer, but at the same time, like, I get it, you know?
I would never make that choice in this life ever here. It's fine. It's a book.
Yeah.
We can be okay with it.
Yes.
Yeah, so Tyrion chooses to just have it be done with. And he doesn't feel great about it. We can tell because he's like, I gotta take a really long, hot bath to wash all of this off of me, which is understandable. You are ending somebody's life. It is bad. But also, like, I hate being the devil's advocate person, but I am, so who cares? So, but, like, if the singer babbles, then Shay's dying, Tyrion's getting severely punished, and who knows, like, Varys is probably also dying because he, like, aided in parts of this, you know? So somebody has to die, and Tyrion was like, rather you than me, so... Okay, let's move on.
Oh my god. Every time Tyrion will, like, insult Pod, and I'm like, I love Pod. He saved your life. Put some respect on the name, you know? So he gets back and he's like, ugh, I want this hot bath. Then he's like, ugh, I didn't even get that pleasantry. This man is not having a good day.
Yeah, because he has been summoned to the Tower of the Hand.
And Podrick's like...
by his father, the Hand. To which he's like, Podrick, I know who the Hand is. Don't worry about it.
Come on. And then Bronn's like, don't bite the boy's head off. Tyrion's like, why not? He never uses it. I'm like, hey, he used it to save your life, okay? You wouldn't be here if he hadn't used his head. So, I would be quiet if I were you. And then he's kind of just like, all like, ugh, I have to go see my dad. Like, he always wants things from me. Ugh, whatever. And then he's there. This dude's kind of like describing Longsword. And it's a gift for Joffrey. And it's really pretty. Like, this description, I was like, I want to see this sword.
Right. More importantly, it's Valyrian steel.
Yes. Which is partly why it's really
this
pretty.
Armorer, who, by the way, is the same guy who Gendry worked for, by the way.
Oh! Wait, do we know that?
Yeah, because at the end he calls him, like, Master Mott, and that's who Ned and everybody goes to see back in the day.
Whoa!
And I think even Gendry mentions him, like, Master Mott used to tell me something, something, something. So, little cameo. So, Valyrian steel, and we learned that Tywin has been wanting this, like, a Valyrian steel sword in the family for a while. And the Lannisters used to have one, like, way back when, but back when they were, like, the kings of the rocks. Or the rock. The singular rock, rather.
They only had one rock to their name. He's given a bunch of, like, poorer houses, like, he's, like, offered to buy it off of them, but it's, like, no matter what, they're like, we'll give you our, like, daughters, but, like, we ain't giving you this. Which, valid. It's, like, kind of one of the most valuable things around.
Yeah, and this Master Mott dude is, like, one of the only ones who can rework Valyrian steel. He's like, I wanted to make it all red, like your dad requested, but, like, it didn't quite work, so now it's, like, ripples of black and red, which is actually extra cool.
Yeah.
So, that's good. And then Tywin pulls out another sword, almost, like, same, but bit bigger and longer and all that stuff. And this one's for Jaime. And Tyrion's like, I wonder if my brother will live long enough to wield it. But then he's like, well, our dad surely seems to think so. Do you think he's heard about Jaime having escaped Riverrun?
Probably. Everyone else on... If he hasn't heard about that, he definitely has, because at the very least, by now, he would have at least heard some of the rumors about, like, we're looking for Jaime, we're looking for Jaime, we're looking for Jaime. So then it's like, okay, logically, why are they looking for Jaime? Oh, he isn't captured anymore.
Do you think he knows where he has ended up?
No. Not yet.
Okay. So he's just like, he's out of Robb Stark's clutches, so the chances of him surviving are, like, higher.
Mm-hmm. And I think also, like, Tywin isn't delusional about a lot of things, but Jaime seems to be one of them. In this case, like Jaime's survival.
Okay. Interesting. Is it like a confidence in Jaime's ability, or like...
I think it's like, it's almost a desperation. Because it's like, it's almost like he can't believe the alternative, because how could his high and mighty Lannister's son and his pride and joy be dead?
Right. Okay, I guess.
But I can't wait for the look on his face. I can't wait for him to have that sword in hand and be like, Jaime can't use this. Because I hate Tywin so much.
Right. Okay, so while you don't love it for Jaime, but you love it for what it's going to do to Tywin.
Because this man is so manipulative and calculated. I hate how good he is at being a villain. Like, he's so smart. Like, everything, like, all of these things, every time he has a plan, I'm like, oh, that's so smart, but I hate it. You know? It's so good, and it's so bad. And also, okay, what also makes me even more mad is first I was like, oh my god, like, where is this Valyrian steel coming from? Mm-hmm. You know what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
I think it's ice. Which makes me even more mad. Because I'm like,
that is
how
interesting.
Dare you? Because, he's never had, like, where did this come from? And, like, we've literally just disproved that, like, no one's gonna give it to him. So it can't be, because first I was like, maybe it's like the people he's like cahooting with like the letters, but then I'm like, okay, if houses that are literally in poverty aren't gonna give it over to them, or aren't gonna give it over to him, like, his allies that he's like, do you know what I mean? Somebody with something significant to offer Tywin definitely isn't gonna give over their Valyrian steel. So then I was like, I don't know what's going on, and then I'm like, oh my god, I think it's ice.
You're answering questions I haven't even asked yet, and I like that. I think that's a very educated response.
I hate it. I hope it's, because, like...
Do you remember what I once told you about what's gonna happen to ice? I think I said something like, you're gonna hate what happens to it, but you're also gonna love it. I said both of those things, and you were like, which one is it? And it's still both of those things. It's still both of those things. Because initially I thought you were just referring to Ilyn Payne having it, but this is, like, somehow, I can't tell what's worse. Ilyn Payne... Because now Joffrey has it.
Exactly. Like, I don't know, I literally can't decide what's worse, because, like, Ilyn Payne, like, killed Ned with it. And that's, like, that's sacrilegious. But then, like, what is... This is the new... Okay, this is gonna be the next question of the week. Like, what's worse? Ice in Ilyn Payne's hands or Joffrey's hands?
How do you feel about Jaime having a part of it?
That's fine. But, like, he can't use it, so it's sad.
Right.
But it's still, like, it's still wrong in every aspect of... Like, it's not theirs. It belongs to Winterfell. It belongs to, like...
It also means that, like, Robb can never have it, then.
Yeah. That's so sad.
I think, like, it was one of the things that, like, Tyrion offered as, like, we'll give you this if you agree to these terms or something. I don't know. Or it was like, give me Jaime and you can have your daughters and the sword, I think.
Ugh.
Something along those lines. But, like, it's no longer a bargaining chip if this is that sword, you know? Because now it's, like, all Lannistered up.
You know what's crazy? There's a curse. Everything that the Lannisters offer the Starks, and everything that the Starks offer the Lannisters, something goes wrong, and it's no longer able to be offered. Because Arya, the sword, Jaime, like, none of these alliances work. Cleo's dead. Like, the only thing left is Sansa. Like, what are they gonna do?
I don't know
if
it's like a curse or just, like, war, you know?
True. I'm not saying it's, like, literally, like Miri Mazdur put a curse, but, like, I'm just saying, like, it's a thing.
Things don't work out.
Yes.
So, I think that's it for... Oh, yeah, and they're talking about how, like, oh, why didn't you make me at least a dagger or something?
Yeah.
And his dad's like, well, there was only enough steel for 2 blades, not 3, which also indicates that it was ice, because ice was like a double-handed long sword. broadsword? I don't know. One of the swords.
If you guys are in the Discord, you will have seen, when I was reading these chapters, I had to go to Google and find the description. I had to find a photo
Which
of
was
a sword.
actually also very helpful for me, so thank you for doing
You're
that.
welcome. I had to find a photo description of a sword to figure out what they were talking about. Because they would be like, because usually the thing is, because all of this language is very unfamiliar to me, when you come across a couple of words, like when I come across a couple words I don't understand, I usually just guess at what they mean. But when it's here and there's like 10 of them in a row, I'm like, okay, I definitely need to search up what the differences are, because it feels a little important. So, yeah. Join the Discord to check that out.
And they're talking about, like, how Robert had, like, everybody gifted him daggers just all the time.
Yeah.
But he only liked the one that he had as, like, a kid with John Aaron. Which was, like,
That's kind of sweet.
Interesting. Yeah. So the armorer leaves, and then Tyrion gives his report about what needs fixing in the city and just how expensive it's gonna be. And he thinks to himself, if you do shit, Goldfather, find a privy and get busy.
That was so funny.
Because you remember, like, how people say that Tywin Lannister shits gold, right? And we learned, like, so Cersei has pledged the crown to pay for half of the wedding, and that means, I guess, the Tyrells are paying for the other half. Yeah, they've got, like, a lot of expenses right now, and
they're still paying for shit that, like, still hasn't been resolved. Just,
like, find the money. I've seen Littlefinger's accounts.
Oh my god.
Dude's causing trouble even when he's not here. Apparently, like, all the crown's incomes are higher than they were when Aerys was in charge, but Tyrion's like, the expenses are also higher, so like, Littlefinger found money, but he just borrowed all of it.
Yeah.
And now most of the incomes actually go towards paying back the dets rather than doing anything else.
Yeah.
So unless you want to forgive the throne's debts, and Tywin's just like immediately like, no way. Like, y'all are paying me back.
Oh my god. I'm like, yeah, this is a little weird thing.
And then Tyrion's like, well, maybe we can have a smaller wedding, you know? Like, 7 courses instead of 77, and just, like, suggesting these changes. And Tywin's like, well, I won't have them think that Lannisters are cheap. But then he's literally being cheap, so, like...
Oh my god. Yeah.
I won't have them know that I am cheap, even though I'm a Lannister.
Oh my god.
So Tyrion's like, no. And then he threatens Tyrion with... find this money, or I'm gonna find a different Master of Coin.
Yeah.
And Tyrion's like, fine, I guess, I'll figure it out. And then Tywin has to add, oh, and while you're finding that money, might as well find your wife's bed. And then it's like, okay, I guess he knows, blah, blah, blah. And they're just arguing about it, and Tyrion's like, I'll do what I want, and Tywin's like, you have to do this thing. And Tyrion's like, well, I'm surrounded by spies, Cersei's spies. And Tywin tells him to just, like, fire anybody he thinks works for Cersei and just hire other people. Like, it's fine. Just do what needs to be done. And he also points out that until a marriage has been consummated, it can be set aside.
You brought this up last time.
Did I bring this? Did I brought this up?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, that's smart of me. Okay.
Yes.
I don't remember what I say most of the time. People will quote back things I said, and I'll be like, ha, that's funny. And then I'll be like, oh, I said it. Okay.
You know what's so funny? This happens to me while I'm editing these episodes. Sometimes, like, I'll just sit there and edit, like, I won't do anything else. And, like I'll just pay attention 100% to the editing. And so I'll just be sitting there and I'll be listening to the episode as though I'm a listener. And you'll say something, and then in my head, while I'm editing, I'll respond to it. And then whatever I said, me in the recording says it. And then I'm like, oh my god. And then I'm like, why? But then I'm like, why am I...
It's like a validation for your thoughts.
Yeah, but then I'm like, why am I so unoriginal? Or sometimes my thoughts, I'll be like... For some reason, I'll forget having said it, and then I'll be like, oh, I really wish I'd said this, and then 3 minutes later, I'll say it, and I'll be like, yay! It's like this weird thing. But yeah.
Editing is quite a wild experience.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm smart. So are you. Great.
Mace Tyrell's mom is also smart.
Yes, yeah. Yeah. So the tea is that Tywin asked Mace Tyrell to marry Willis to Cersei, but Mace Tyrell refused. And Tywin's like, it was definitely his mom who told him to refuse. And Tyrion's like, I bet Cersei loved that. And Tywin's like, no, she doesn't know, and nor will she. It's better for all of us if we just pretend like this never happened and move on.
Oh my god.
Which is, I just love the...
I love the idea of someone saying no. Yeah, I know, me too. I'm like, I love, like, because she didn't want this in the first place, but she definitely doesn't want someone to not want to marry her.
Yeah, exactly. Oh. Okay, and then, like, Pycelle trottles in, waddles in, I don't know. He comes in, and he's, like, all smug about it. And he gives Tyrion a look that would curdle milk.
Oh my god.
And Tyrion's like, oh, his once magnificent beard, which someone had unaccountably shaved off. I wonder who.
Oh my god.
And he wants to talk to Tywin in private, but Tywin's like, Tyrion can stay. So he tells them of this letter that he got from Bowen Marsh up at the wall requesting help. And they learn about, like, Lord Commander was out and he was attacked and they haven't returned. He's probably dead. And Marsh writes that he believes that the wildlings killed him, so it seems like they don't know that it was the others. Which is bad. Or maybe he wrote the free folk instead of the others, because then, like, who's going to believe him if he says the others are attacking us, Right. But he sent this letter to all 5 kings, which Tywin's like...
I'm done. I'm done.
Also, why did you tell them that you wrote to the other 5 kings as well? Just be like, I'm only requesting your help because I know you are the true king. Like, say that to all 5 of them.
Yeah, I just think he's not very politically minded. And I think they're kind of in crisis.
Right. I think Bowen Marsh is one of the stewards, so I don't know if he is involved in politics very often.
He might have also, like, gone in the wrong direction of being like, oh, they'll want to be the first ones to help me if I tell them I asked everyone.
It's
for
a competition.
Yeah. Like, which is obviously not the correct direction, but it could have been a direction.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. So
I hate Tywin so much. He's so smart.
Yeah, he's like, maybe we can infiltrate the Night's Watch and the
one place. And it's just so much, like, and also, like, just with, like, only, like, the people in the north and, like, Winterfell understanding how important the wall is and all of that, like, it's just another thing that it's, like, they're just, I feel like every chapter is just spitting on Ned's legacy, like, constantly. It's like, why don't we infiltrate every single thing that the North has worked so hard for so long to maintain? Let's take it over. As people who don't understand how it works.
Yeah. Colonialism. Yay.
Yay!
So he's like, let's pick the next Lord Commander. And Pycelle's like, I know the exact person. And he looks at Tyrion and is like, it's Janos Slynt. But Tyrion's like, wait a second. The Night's Watch chooses their own commander. Who are we to tell them? And Tywin's like, well, if we say that if they don't vote as we want, then maybe they won't get any help from us. Ever. And maybe that'll get them to do it. And Tyrion tries to argue that some of the commander of the Shadow Tower or Eastwatch by the Sea, like one of them should be the next person. But Tywin's like, no, well, one guy is a Mallister and the other's Ironborn, so we don't like any of them. And Tyrion points out that you didn't like Janos Slynt when he was Lord of Harrenhal, and Tywin says, well, Harrenhal is not the wall, Every tool has a task, and every task has a tool. Blah, blah, blah. This is the guy. We're gonna make him king of the Night's Watch.
Okay, Janos Slynt, does he... Like, he was, like, head of the City Watch or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But, before, like...
He betrayed Ned.
So, I'm trying to think positively. Because, okay, at the end of the day, our true, like, not our true enemy, but, like, the true threat to Westeros is the others. Like, that's chaos, like, doesn't matter what the king is, like, what's, you know? So thinking about that, thinking about it from that perspective, and not from a Lannister versus Stark perspective, I'm thinking, okay, can Janos possibly do any good things? Do you know what I mean? Because he's commander, like, so he did, like, work up to that role, right? Like, because he was quote-unquote a butcher's boy, then he worked up to, like, City Watch, like, he must have some redeeming qualities.
Right. But he's loyal to the highest bidder, so...
Yes, but, like...
Also just not, like, not the coolest guy,
like,
you know?
I know that we don't like him, but, like, I'm just trying to be optimistic, okay? Like, he does...
If you remember, his sigil that he chose was, like, a bloody spear or something.
Ugh. Can you just let me hope?
Okay. So, Tywin tells Pycelle to write this letter saying, like, oh, we're so sorry that the Lord Commander died, but, like, as you can see, we're a little busy with these wars, so we can't really help out right now, but maybe once the wars are over, we can help. And, also, by the way, say hi to our dear friend Janos. We miss him down here, even though we're the ones who exiled him.
Exactly.
Which is just too much. And Pycelle's like, okay, I'll get right on that. And Tyrion regrets not having killed him as well. So,
I can't.
Yeah, that's the end of that chapter. Okay, predictions.
You know what my thoughts were here? You know what I wrote down before reading the next chapter? Hopefully Mormont returns first. But then, right after that, I wrote, this was once again before reading the next chapter, if he stays alive long enough.
Maybe he'll return as the dead.
That's not better. That's not something that we want.
I don't know what to tell ya.
Yeah. And then I got into this whole debate with myself where I was like, okay, what if they crown Janos Slynt, then Mormont comes back.
Crown.
Like, not crown, but like, you know, elect, I guess, Slynt, and then Mormont comes back, and then there's this whole, like, now there's this, like, you know, there's people on his side, and then there's people on the other side who are like, we need supporting from the crown, like, sorry, Mormont, but we want money from the crown, or, like, people from the crown, you know? So then I started having this whole debate with myself, and I just wasted my time, because Mormont's dead.
Well, it's good. You did some critical thinking.
No, I should have done some critical crying instead. It's fine.
So, okay, predictions.
Also, you're gonna make fun of me, but it's fine.
I always
I don't think Simon's gonna die.
Okay.
Is that so ridiculous to think?
Not necessarily. Like, what do you think he's gonna do instead?
I think that, like, I just feel like he'll take matters into his own hands and, like, go, like, talk to one of his singer friends and, be, like, push him off a cliff or, like, a hill. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he'll try to do something and get in the way, and then they're all, like, you know?
So he'll act before Bronn goes to see him in 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then will he reveal Tyrion's secret to everyone?
To Tywin, yes.
Okay. And then Tywin's gonna let him live with this information out there?
Well, okay, yeah, then Tywin will kill him, but, like, still, I just feel like it's... But, yeah, like, Tywin will kill him, but, like, until then.
Cool. So Simon Silvertongue's fine. For now.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Tyrion gonna find all that money?
I think he'll just have to, cause,
if I'm honest, I don't even remember.
Because I think he'll probably just continue borrowing, And I think it'll also just be like, because Littlefinger managed all those brothels, right? So he might have to just continue doing the same thing.
Right, but those are Littlefinger's private brothels. Those weren't crown-owned brothels.
Oh, okay. Well, there's zero hope. He'll just borrow from... He'll be like, hey, Tyrells, I know you guys are involved in this wedding, but can you pitch in and then we'll pay you back? Just kidding. They would never do that. They would never be that vulnerable. I think he'll just be like, hey, Dad. No, but his dad will be like, go find money somewhere else. The crown already owes me too much. I think he'll just find more, money people.
Okay. Thank you for that non-answer. Moving on. The swords. So you think they're ice. Joffrey and Jaime will hang out with these swords, and now it'll, that's the story of ice?
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. All right. And, okay, this Slint, is he gonna be elected?
I think so.
And will he be in the Lannisters' pockets as Lord Commander?
Yes.
Sam. Let's do this one quick, because there's a lot of random stuff. Sam is sad, and he hates himself. What else is new? Which, dude, you're great. Just,
yeah.
Like I said, I think last episode where I was like, I wish he would hear Ned Stark tell him that the only time a man can be brave is when he's afraid.
Yeah. And I think also it's every time it's his chapters are just a collection of I suck, and then someone makes fun of him, and then it's ugh, I really suck, and then it's I suck, and then he does something brave, but doesn't acknowledge that it's brave.
Yeah. We need some character development, dude. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're at Craster's Keep. So you didn't think about Craster's Keep at all when I asked you where they would be.
Yeah, I did not at all.
So what was your reaction when you found out that this is where they ended up?
I was just oh.
You weren't like, oh my god, they're still not at the wall yet?
I mean, they were pretty far.
Yeah, but you were like, they're going to be at the wall and it's going to be great.
Well, that's because I didn't have a prediction. Doesn't mean I genuinely thought they were going to be at the wall. I was just I saw that they were at Craster's, and then I went back to the map and I was like, oh, duh.
Yeah, okay. They're at Craster's. People are dying. Sam is trying to nurse this one guy back to health, but it's not working. He's too cold and too starved and all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Gilly is giving birth currently, presently, which doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah. He's traumatized. He can't sleep.
Outside he sees a few people there practicing archery, and they were like, hey, Slayer, because that's what they're calling him now ever since he slayed the White Walker.
I can't. This book is on a mission to make me stop using that word.
It's a good mission. Not no, I don't want to police your speech. I just just say whatever you want. But it is funny that's keeps coming up over and over again. There's just a lot of slangs in this. So okay, wait, think about it though. Slay, the slang that you so profoundly use wasn't a thing when we started recording this we started this podcast.
Yeah.
It was born afterward,
God.
It's just weird to think about.
Oh my god. Wow, things happened after 2020? Languages develop? Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, and so he's Sam the Slayer, which is a much better nickname than Sam the Piggy. And we learn about the general conditions at Craster's. He beats his family members, which is great. And the Night's Watch doesn't do anything about it. Also great, because it's his roof and his rules. Great.
Yes.
And it's just this setting this tone of all fucked upness,
Yeah, and Sam's really struggling with that because he keeps going between Craster's keep, Craster's rules, but, like, this is wrong, and our job is to defend people, and although they're wildlings are people. Like, he's just going between this, and he's like, oh my god. He's really struggling with it.
But he does note that there have been no attacks from whites or others ever since they arrived at Craster's, and Craster says it's because he's a godly man. Because he sacrifices his sons to the others.
Yay! He's like, you guys should all become godly men, too. I'm like, no, please, stop.
Yeah, but who would they sacrifice?
Themselves? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, where they don't have anybody to sacrifice. But, so Sam gets, like, bullied by these guys, is sad, leaves, finds Gren chopping some wood.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. So, dragon glass is what the children of the forest used.
Mm-hmm.
Valerian steel is like steel, so it's like metal. But what I'm confused about, so dragon glass, like, is it so it's obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what?
It's like a rock glass.
Yeah, but, like, can it be, I guess what I'm wondering is, like, because obviously, is it just, like, the reason we have, like, little daggers and stuff, is that just because we don't have enough of it right now? Like, do people make swords of this? Or not people, but, like, do you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
they don't really, like, they talk about this, and it looks like they mine it. Like, that's what I gleaned first from Sam saying that they get it from the earth, fires of the earth or something.
Yeah, but would they still make, like, a sword out of it? Or is it, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
well,
I guess I'm just...
we don't know where it's mined.
Right.
So maybe they don't have enough to make a sword.
Yeah, right. That's fair, yeah.
Yeah, and like, if you only have, like this much, I'm just saying, like, a vague estimation, and you can either make 5 daggers out of it or 1 sword, wouldn't you want to make 5 daggers?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. It'd be interesting. Where do you think they might be able to mine it, if they do ever find it?
I have no idea. I was just hoping that we could, because, you know, like, it is, like, it's obsidian, and it's, like, so it's, like, I'm just thinking, like, real obsidian, so it's, like, you can find it in volcanoes, so I was just hoping that if, like, using dragons, we put it under enough heat and pressure, it could just get made.
Right, so dragons make dragon glass?
Yes.
You know where there's volcanoes in Westeros?
Where?
Dragonstone.
Really? There's actually volcanoes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, updated prediction. I think that we can find dragon glass in Dragonstone. That's so cool. I'm gonna write that down.
Dragonstone and dragon glass. Dragon tales, time for dragon tales.
Yes! Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, Gren and Sam are talking. And they're talking about Sam being scared and not wanting to be called the Slayer. And Gren's like, you know what? I get scared all the time. I used to be scared of John when he fought us and fought like he was gonna kill us. Which, John, I'm so glad he's chilled out about that a little bit.
Yeah.
And Gren offers, like, some of the best wisdom, which is almost similar to the Ned Stark wisdom, which is, sometimes I think everyone is just pretending to be brave, and none of us really are. Maybe pretending is how you get brave.
That was beautiful. I was like, I love you, Gren. Icon.
Yeah.
How dare you be called thick as a castle wall? I will fight them for you.
Reminded me of Dunk. Dunk the lunk, thick as a castle wall.
Yes, of course. Our favorite.
And so after this is when Sam's thinking about the dragon glass and how that's what killed the other. and how John found a bunch of it, but they don't have most of it. They only have a couple daggers left and like a spear and some arrowheads. And he's also giving us a tally of how many of them survived. So there's 41 Night's Watch left, 9 of whom are probably gonna die soon.
Yeah.
And it was about 60 who had left the Fist of the First Men. So, like, their numbers are dwindling real fast.
I can't.
And to think that this was the majority of the Night's Watch's force.
Bro.
Because, like, Mormont left, like, maybe 100 people back on the wall. He took everyone else, right?
Yeah.
So it's real sad. Yeah, and, like, Gren's like, oh, we've got Dragon Glass now, and they're afraid of us, and we can take them down. And Sam's like, well, we know it kills others, but we don't know if it kills whites. So they might still pose a threat, you know? Mm-hmm. Do you think Dragon Glass will kill whites?
I don't think so. Because, like, or yes, no, yes. Let's be optimistic. Yes, it does.
Right. Do you think we'll find, like, somebody will use it and then we'll find out sometime soon?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Mormont and some of the rangers, they've just, like, been out looking around and they're back. And his raven is with him and cawing all the things, you know? And Mormont calls Sam over, and Sam's like, we're all like afraid. And Mormont says, you're a man of the Night's Watch. Try not to soil your smallcoes every time I look at you. Sam really, dude, you're a valuable member of this team. Just accept it, you know? Mm-hmm. He's got, what's that called? The thing where you don't think you belong and you're fake? Imposter syndrome. I like said all the words around it, just not the ones.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Okay. Yeah. So they're talking about Dragon Glass and how, like, they never knew that it could kill others. But Mormont's like, we probably knew, except we've just forgotten. And he's saying all the things that we just wanted them to get, like, at the beginning of book 1, which is we've forgotten our purpose. We forgot that the wall was built to keep out the others, not, like, other people. And the free folk are people. And we lost sight of the true enemy. And now he's here and we don't know how to fight him.
Ugh.
Yeah. So we find out about how Dragonclaw is obsidian and its mind and all of that. But they don't know where to find more of it, so.
Yep.
Yeah. And oh, Sam suggests that the Children of the Forest would know where to find it because they used it. And Mormont's like, they're all dead, dude. How do you expect me to go talk, like, you know?
Oh my god. I can't. Sam is adorable.
But maybe they could, I don't know, did the Children of the Forest leave, like, have libraries or some kind of artifacts that they could find? I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. So they go in, and Craster is not very happy about them being there, and he's like, it's about time you left. And they're like, okay, I guess we'll leave. And Mormont's at first tries to be like, oh, give us a few more days for the wounded to heal. And Craster's like, they're not healing. Let me just kill them. Which, like, not that they should kill them, but they should, I don't know.
But I think, like, they're in this state of high distress. And
right, but I am the kind of person that I don't want to be, like, on extended life support, so my opinion would be colored by that, you know?
Right, yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
So, like, some of these people might want to be, like, served the best, like, as much as they can be until their dying breath. Like, want them to try. I would just be like, it's fine, dude. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to live 5 extra days just to, like, be shiver a little bit more.
Yeah.
So, put that do not resuscitate badge on me, please. By the way, this podcast now serves as my will and testament.
I don't know if that's allowed.
You, Harmouth, are my power of attorney.
I'm dead.
You'll have to convince everybody to just let me die. That's your job. Why is this so dark?
We're gonna move
let's
on.
move on.
We're gonna move on.
I am in a black mood today. Wait, but why is it a black mood? Why is it so racist? Maybe I'm in a white mood today. You know what? That's exactly it. I'm acting like an entitled idiot. That's exactly what a white mood is.
Oh my god.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Okay, moving on for real.
So Sam offers to take Craster's... Oh, by the way, Gilly has a baby. It's a boy. So Sam offers to take the baby back to the wall. And Craster's like,
God.
You want my kid? I will kill you. And Mormont's like, what are you gonna do with a friggin' baby?
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
Yeah.
And he orders Sam to go inside and take care of the ill and all of this. But anyway, later on, it's like dinner or something. And it's their last dinner because they're leaving the next day. Oh no, wait. Before that, the guy that Sam was tending to, he dies. I'm sorry. I'm just skipping ahead. He dies. They burn him. He smells like roast pig. It's real gross. And they say this like... and we learned like kind of like their death saying, which is like, and now his watch is ended, which is kind of like a quote you'll see places, by the way. That's what you'll say when my do not resuscitate.
Okay, stop. No.
I can't do this anymore. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, got to move on. Yeah, so they're burning this guy's body, and Sam throws up because it smells too much like roast pig. And then he learns that they're leaving the next day. And, Dolores Ed is the one who tells him, which I'm so glad this guy survived, you know?
Oh my god, yeah.
Well, he survived to this chapter. I don't know if he survived past this chapter. Yeah, they're talking about how, like, so many people will have to walk back to the wall because they have very limited horses, but somebody suggested that they start riding dead horses, and Ed doesn't like that idea because he's like, once they figure out a way to work a dead horse, we'll be next. I'll probably be the first one. They'll be like, Ed, dying's no excuse for lying down no more, so get on up and take the spear. You've got the watch tonight. Which is just...
Oh my
it's
god.
like capitalism... elite, you know?
Oh my god. It's capitalism plus. Cap plus.
Okay, finally we get to the dinner. Right? Yeah, okay. We're finally to the dinner. And they're being served they had to butcher some of their horses. They're being served that horse meat with some onions, rotten onions, and 2 loaves of bread. And this is when one of the Night's Watch people, asks for more bread, and one of Craster's people just shakes her head, and it says that was when the trouble started, and people start getting real mad, and they're like, we want the food that Craster's got hiding in his cellar, or whatever. And Mormont's trying to, like, be like, shut the fuck up, y'all. This is not cool. And he says, silence, I'll hear no such talk. And this is kind of funny. Carl's like, oh, if you don't want to hear this talk, then stuff bread in your ears. Or did you swallow your crumb already? Because all they get is a crumb each, right?
Yep.
And so Carl and Mormont have like a staring contest.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like to Sam that Carl's about to, like, back down and back up and sit down, back down, sit down. Anyway. Back down and sit. and sit down.
Yes.
When Craster gets all ha 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 about it. I don't know why everybody's Santa Claus. But
yeah, it's like, you can't call me these names and then sit here and lay under my roof, so get the fuck out.
Yeah. And then somebody calls him a bloody bastard, which Craster takes great offense at because he's really offended. He hates bastards for some reason, even though he himself is one. Maybe that's why he hates... Anyway, so he gets real mad and starts, like, charging for one of them. And it's like...
Everyone just charges for everyone, and
so
it's
he charges for Carl. Carl stumbles back, trips over a wounded person's body, and then Craster's coming after him. And then the next second, Craster is dead because Dirk has slit his throat and then thrown him on the wounded Night's Watch, which I think this just
Yeah. And Lord
Mormont
is
just,
like,
oh my god, the gods will curse us. There is no crime as foul as for a guest to bring murder into a man's hall. And they turn on him. So Garth of Greenaway and Olo Lopan, I don't know if we need to know these names, but these people, they're the ones who course around him and then stab him. And
then the world went mad.
And then we, like, flash forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Later.
Garth kills Garth, Rolly falls off and, like, breaks his neck, like, everything, so much chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And Gren and Giant and Dolorous Ed ran away.
Yeah, so it says Gren had shouted and slapped him, so that was probably them trying to get Sam to, like, come with them.
Sam was probably in shock, and
yeah, he's
like,
still in shock.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll survive because these are the people we like.
Yeah, but, like, where are they gonna go?
Yeah, I don't know. So apparently Mormont's still alive. Like, Sam's cradling his head in his lap at this point, and Mormont tells Sam to go. And Sam's like, oh, go where? And his voice is flat and lifeless. I'm not afraid. It was a queer feeling. Because he's just so numb. Mormont tells him to go to the wall and warn everybody about all that's happening. And also to tell his son Jorah to take the black. That this is his dying wish. And then his raven looks at him like, wish? You want to know what my wish is? It's corn. I want some corn, motherfucker. This raven. Oh, but this raven has no master now.
Stop, don't say that.
It is. Maybe it'll, like, hang out with Sam. You know?
Yeah, I know. I can't. This is so, like, literally, it's always, like, these chapters are just the embodiment of, like, oh, you didn't think it could get worse? It can get worse.
Yeah, and Mormont just, like, no corn, he said feebly. Tell Jorah, forgive him, my son. Please, go. And we know that Jorah ain't shit, but, like, I felt this for Jeor.
I felt so bad.
Yeah. Do you think Jorah will hear that his dad died?
I think so.
What will be his reaction?
I think he'll be like, whoa! And I think it'll be like one of those, like, it's like the pivotal moment of battle between, like, and it'll be like Dany's, like, fighting someone with her dragons, and, like, Jorah's there, and for some reason Sam's there. Like, maybe they're, I don't know if it's against the Night's Watch, if it's against, like, the others. I don't know what's happening. I haven't written this part yet.
So Sam and Jorah will meet in battle, and Sam will tell him. And be like, your dad wanted you to be on the Night's Watch, and then Jorah will switch sides at the very last moment, and then he'll be against Dany, and then they'll...
Sure, yes.
I don't know, I just, like, created this whole scenario.
The story writes itself. So either that, or, you know, he just rumors, you know, gets to Varys, Varys passes it on, Illyrio, you know, we have this whole little thing. I think that's probably more likely.
So, yeah, Mormont's begging Sam to go, and Sam's like, it's too far. I'm so tired. I just want to sleep and never wake up. And I'm not frightened anymore of you or of anything. And then 3 women come up and they're like, you should be afraid. For once, when Sam's not afraid, they're like, you should be.
Oh my god.
But this isn't that he's not afraid. This is just that he's just so numb that he can't feel any feeling. So it turns out it's Gilly's mom, and one of the other women. And they're telling him to pack up, take Gilly with him, and Gilly's son, and just go. And Mormont has died at this point, and Sam just like, okay, rest in peace. Which, I hope they, like, respectfully discard his body, you know? Mormont deserved better. It was too bad that he went down, like, defending Craster, you know?
I know.
Such a bummer.
I hate it here.
Yeah. So the woman tells Sam to take Gilly and the baby, because the boy's brothers will come and take him, which is interesting. So, brothers?
So, are the brothers now, like...
The others? Are the brothers the others?
Yeah. Is this a white situation or an other situation? Or is it like you know how I said, like, there's, like, an other responsible for, like, a set of whites type vibe? So is it, like, the other and the whites it has taken on are this baby's brothers because of Craster's sacrifice? Like, do you know what I mean?
But they're babies. So, like, why are they turning babies? Like, babies can't even crawl. Like...
Yeah, I think
like,
maybe
how is a baby?
I think the baby is like, like the youth, the soul. It's like energy, or like power.
Okay. Then what happens to the baby? Okay, answer that question. What happens to this baby?
The baby dies as a sacrifice to the gods.
The others.
Yes. And
but
the
then...
others...
How are the boys' brothers coming to get him? Or is it like they're coming in spirit through the others? I don't know.
That's what I had assumed.
Okay, it's not clear, but, like, they seem to be implying that Craster's sons somehow are part of the others, or the whites.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. The white cold's rising out there. I can feel it in my bones. They'll be here soon. The sons.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Okay. I don't know either. That's just a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the end of the chapter. So Sam and Gilly and Baby are gonna be running. Where are they gonna head?
See, the thing is, like, normally I'd be like, oh, the wall. But, like, he can't just, like, bring this girl and her kid to the wall. Maybe he can, because there's really nowhere else to go. So maybe the wall, and he'll just be like, please... let us keep these people alive, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe if he can get her through the wall, then she could go, like, elsewhere in the Seven Kingdoms, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, the women tell him to bring her somewhere warm, and the wall's not exactly warm. Maybe, you know.
Yeah, so maybe he can just, like, ship her off. I mean, but if it's Janos, like, I wouldn't even count on that.
What happened to being optimistic about his rule?
Hey. I never said he was a good person. I just said because, like, he's trained in battle. So maybe in battle he can be slightly useful.
I don't know if he's trained in battle. He was City Watch. He's like a policeman. Are policemen trained in battle?
No. This is so sad. I hate it here.
Okay, so...
I hate these books. Why are we reading these books? These are so depressing.
I agree.
We've had this conversation so many times over the last 3 years. Like, there's no redemption in these books. There's nothing. There's no, like, once we get to this point, there's nothing. Like, what are we doing?
Okay, I think I've told you this, maybe not on the podcast, but basically, I was in I can't with these books, so I'm gonna drag somebody else into it with me, and that just happened to be you.
Thanks. I love suffering because you know what? I don't do that. If a series, there's recommendations where I'm like, I started it and I loved it and the end destroyed me. I'm like, you know what? I don't drag people into this because they shouldn't suffer like I did.
Don't you know, dukh vandan to holi hunde hai. You gotta share your sorrows. That's what friendship is.
Yeah, but you got, like, yeah.
But all I share is trauma. Okay, I get it.
No! Do not put words into my mouth. Child.
You're calling me a child? Okay.
I am calling you a child
these books
you are
suck.
acting like a child.
Mormont is dead. Sam is near dead. Everybody's dying. Okay, is Sam gonna make it back to the wall ever?
Yes.
Are Gren and Ed and Giant gonna make it to the wall?
Yes.
Will they find dragon glass?
Not now.
Will dragon glass kill whites?
No.
You literally said
yes. Yes.
Why'd you change your mind?
I didn't mean to.
I mean, you can. If you change your mind, just tell me.
I didn't mean to.
You didn't mean to change your mind, or you didn't mean to say yes?
I didn't mean to change my mind.
Okay. I think we covered predictions.
I think so.
Okay, so this sun, if the others are coming after it, however they may be connected, are they going to come after Sam and Gilly while they're out?
I think so. You know what I think is going to happen?
What?
I think that they're going to come after them because, like, they're not drawn to the keep. They're drawn to the sun. So they're going to go after them instead of going to the keep. And I think it'll be like, to save their own lives, they'll have to sacrifice the child.
That's some dark shit.
I know.
What about Mormont's Raven? What's it gonna be up to now that Mormont's not around?
Mormont's Raven. I think he will fly back to the wall. Like, Sam will be like, I set you free. Oh, wait, no, he can, like, write a message. Right?
Sam can?
Yeah. But materials?
Well, we don't do yeah, I don't know. Like, he could. I don't know if he will.
Right.
He forgot to when it was his literal one job that one time.
Stop. Don't play with my boy like that. Don't say that. I hope that he does, because that would be a smart thing to do.
All right. I'm done talking about this. You don't have anything else to say. I'm just gonna tell you. I'm not even gonna ask you.
Rude.
Well, you're in
I do have other things to say. There's one.
Oh, okay.
There's a thing that I missed.
All right. Say it. Say it. I said.
Hey. Who's Cersei gonna marry? You didn't ask me that.
Oh yes, good question. Okay, you tell me.
I brought it up as though I had a good answer for you. I don't.
I'm so glad you did, because I totally forgot.
Okay, but
Tywin's like, I have some prospects for her.
I just went back to the last chapter where we talked about this, and the ones there were, like, the Redwine twins, Theon, or Martell. My personal favorite is Theon.
But Theon is dead.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that.
Like, they don't know that, but he's not around anymore.
Oh, I keep forgetting about that, but I would have loved to see that.
Imagine this.
Mm-hmm.
Say Theon were alive.
Yeah.
Cersei marries Theon.
Yeah.
Edmure marries Asha.
No! That's so funny. Please. Can somebody write a fanfiction about this? Like, I really need this.
And then, like, everybody has to go to, like, the double wedding, and it's, like, all the Starks are there, and the Lannisters are there, but they're, like, on a fake truce. So we just get this episode where everybody hates, this chapter where everybody hates each other, but has to, like, pretend to be good.
I can't. That's so funny. Please.
Oh, that's too good. Okay, so I don't think Cersei can marry Theon. Any other options?
Okay. Cersei can marry a Martell just to strengthen that alliance.
Did they say which Martell?
They probably did, but I didn't note it.
Because, like, Marcella is engaged to a Martell.
Yeah, but that's the young Martell. Cersei can marry the old Martell. Well, because isn't Martell's wife dead?
Why wouldn't the old Martells already be married, though?
I don't know, but I don't know. I just think that that's politically smart, because that's a really important alliance,
because you want
too.
the Lannisters to win.
Hey, no, I'm just saying what I think Tywin will do.
Because he's so smart.
Unfortunately, he is. Yes.
It's true. Okay, so Cersei's gonna marry a Martell. Is that it, or do you have other thoughts?
Oh, that was it.
Okay. Next chapters, we're reading 2.
Okay. Whoa. I think that we will be reading about Catelyn and a new character.
Any guesses on who this new character is, or where they would be?
No, I just want a new character, so I'm manifesting it.
Okay. Well, we're reading chapters 34 and 35. Chapter 34 is Arya.
Arya.
So she was hanging out with the barracks people, and they found a Lannister, and you said they were going to take everybody to Beric. Are they finally going to reach Beric, or is he going to remain a myth forever?
I think
the man, the myth, the legend.
I think they'll reach Beric. Why not?
Okay. And Beric will do what?
Beric will be like, whoa, let's use this dude as ransom.
The Lannister, who you were like, wait, your prediction was, did you land on the Hound?
I think so.
Okay. But who would he...
Oh, wait, never mind.
Like,
yeah,
who
never mind.
wants the Hound?
Nobody. I think he'll be
Well, the Lannisters might want him for revenge purposes.
Yeah, but they're not gonna, like, give stuff to get him to revenge. Like, it's not a thing. I think what will happen is they'll be like, oh, we can trade him to, like, the Starks, because the Starks don't like him.
So why would the Starks give something for him?
To punish him. I don't know. I'm making
but
things
the Lannisters won't.
Okay, shh, it's fine. So, ignoring that prediction, that never happened. So what they're gonna do...
So you're taking that back?
Yes, I take it back. It never happened. So what they're gonna say and do is Beric is gonna be like, whoa, let's get information out of this dude about the Lannisters.
What about Arya? She was like, oh, the gods have heard my prayer.
Yeah. I think Arya will be like, I want to kill him. I don't think she will be able to, but I think she'll want to. And I think with Arya, he'll be kind of thinking about, like, oh, what will happen if we give her to the Lannisters? What'll happen if we give her to the Starks? I don't know what he's going to settle on. I feel like we need to talk to Beric.
Right?
Yes. I think we need to talk to Beric a little bit more. And I feel like the Lannister one's a little bit more urgent, so he might be like, let's deal with that first.
Okay. Cool. I'm satisfied. After that, we will read Catelyn.
The mother-daughter. Okay.
So no new characters.
Sad. Catelyn will be... oh yeah, Jane was like, don't worry, we'll get pregnant really soon. And she was like, you better. I don't remember what else happened. Why do I remember that one random conversation?
They were like, we gotta get the phrase back.
Oh, yeah. So maybe we'll just find out what happened with that, with the phrase, and then they'll be like, I gotta go to Winterfell. I don't know why they're, country
Southern
now. I don't know why.
Okay. Especially since they're going to Winterfell, which is north.
It's alright, mate.
Okay. We'll find out their plan for the phrase. I keep wanting to call them the twins because they're the twin towers, you know?
Yeah.
And I had that very important note where it said twins
Right, yes.
when we were talking about bridges. I got nothing else to say. So everybody, follow us on Instagram at Pop Culture Symposium. Write us an email, popculturesymposium@gmail.com. Join the Discord. Come chat. Share memes. Have fun. All that stuff. And until next time, farewell, my friends.
Talk to you later.
Welcome to A Song of Ice and Fire. Okay, I literally can't. You have to do it. I literally cannot do it.
Okay.
I cannot do it!
Okay. I'm gonna try. Okay, I don't know how you do this without laughing. Okay.
I hate
Okay,
everything.
shh. If I'm doing it, you have to be quiet. Okay. You're so funny. Okay, I can't look at you. Okay. You're covered. Or wait, that's me. I'm covered. There you are. Okay. Stop! I can't look at you! Okay.
You thought you covered me.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know how you do this without laughing. I don't understand. I have so much respect for you. Okay. Okay. I can do it. Okay. Ooh, dead people. Dead people. Okay. Welcome. Okay, dead people! Dead people! Injustice!
Let's just switch up the entire thing. I'll say who died in these chapters, and I'll summarize.
Okay. And I'll be like, so what's your prediction? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to A Song of Ice and Fire Symposium. My name's Nav. No.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew it.
My name's not Nav.
Also, it's Nuv, not Nav.
Okay. I'm crying.
Get the whiteout out of your brain. I feel like this is gold. We should keep all of it. Put it at the end of the episode, just so that like people can.
I'm literally crying. Okay.
All right, Nav, tell us what's going on, Nav. Oh, I just makes me want to throw up when I hear my name like that. Don't anglicize it.
I'm sorry, okay?
No more.
I'm not gonna say it anyway. I'm gonna say my own name. Okay.
But when you call me,
Yes.
don't say it.
Yes, Nev. I got you. Okay, wait, I'm not supposed to clear my throat. I'm supposed to swallow. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Ooh, dead people. Okay. Okay.
I'll do it if you can't get. It's been 3 minutes of you just. Yeah.
Okay, no, I can do it. I got you. Okay.
If you don't do it this time, I'm taking over.
Shh. Okay. Welcome to A Song of Ice and Fire Symposium.